Today I have about 70 volumes of manga ready to be unboxed. Now, not all of them are in boxes, but most of them are. Now, before we actually jump into these, if you want to check out any of my other manga unboxing videos, you can click this link right up here. It'll take you to that playlist. Now, I just quickly want to jump in here from the future. I just finished editing this, and I have two things that I want to let you all know. One, this is from an unboxing in June of this year, so it took me a while to actually get around to editing it. You know, it's been a busy season with the summer 2022 anime season, as I'm sure you're aware if you're subscribed to the channel. And the other thing that I want to mention is that we will be doing another unboxing. On Sunday, September 11th, we will unbox probably between 150 to 180 volumes of manga, so make sure you're there. It should be starting right around 10:30 a.m. Eastern over on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/JoeFreshest. Link will be in the description. Stop by. Now we're gonna start off with this stuff here, and it's a lot. So to start off, I recently went to Target to buy some manga. I have 2 volumes of Haikyuu, so I saw that they had volume 3, I bought that. The one thing I hate about Target is I've actually got to peel off the sticker, so that fucking sucks. But outside of that, pretty good place to get some pretty cheap manga. I think they're like $7.50 a pop. That's like a good price. So I bought volume 3 of Haikyuu. Volume 18 of Kamuy Can't Communicate. I have 15, 16, and 17 already. And then I saw a series there that I've never read before and have always been kind of skeptical just because the title of it. And I said, fuck it, why not? I've never read it. I've never watched it. I don't even know what it's about. I bought the first volume of Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. Now, I don't even know what this is about, but I was like, you know what? Fuck it, why not, right? If they have all these volumes of this series there, it's gotta be at least decent. Now, I know it's got an anime. I'll probably watch that sometime soon, but I didn't stop with just one volume. I also got volume 2, volume 3, volume 4, volume 5, volume 6, volume 7, volume 8, volume 9, volume 10, volume 11, volume 12, and volume 13. That's all they had there, so I said, fuck it. And I got them all. Now, each of these volumes was like $10.40, so it was pretty costly for all of this manga that I got from there, not gonna lie, okay, I'm not gonna lie. I did buy all of them at once. The store person didn't even say anything to me. They didn't give me any looks. They were just like, all right. I feel like it's probably because they're like dead inside. Now, my plan with this one is to watch season 1. I'll do reactions for it as I normally do, but I figured I would buy them because I have a manga collecting addiction and they had 13 volumes in the store. So, why not? Books are expensive in retail stores. Well, I mean, this one specifically, this is a yen press. Kamuy Can't Communicate is Viz. Viz, they charge like 10 bucks. They're $9.99 each. So I can get them for like $7.50. Yen press is different. Look how much smaller the volume is. Its thickness is vastly different. You can see it's much thinner than the other. And they charge $13 for each one of these volumes. $13. Now, I'm assuming it's probably because Viz is huge and yen press not as big. I mean, ideally, I get it for like 10 bucks, but whatever. This box has already been opened because it held all of these -2 volumes. So I added 2 of them in there. That's why it's open. So I could fit them in a box instead of having them out in the open. Now, the first thing I got was Uzumaki. I plan on reading this after I watch it. They are releasing Uzumaki in the fall season. Yeah, so it got pushed back to 2023. Yeah. But yeah, I got Uzumaki. Another one I got was the 5th volume of the omnibus for Gantz. Now, these are like 3-in-1s, so it's like extra thickness. I've never read Gantz. I hear lots of good things about Gantz. One day, I plan to read all of Gantz. I only bought this one because it was cheap. So normally these things run for like 20 bucks. This one was like 14. So I was like, yoink, that's mine. Next up, we've got a new manga. This is one that I actually had never heard of, but the front artwork of it looked really cool. So I said, fuck it, I'm gonna buy it. And that is Colorless. Cosmic disaster changed the earth forever, stripping away every last drop of color from the world. Mankind also changed. The familiar human face is almost forgotten in a world now populated wholly by mutants against the backdrop of a moody urban landscape. A lone wolf investigator named Avidia relies on both his wits and extraordinary gun to hunt down the world's last hidden scraps of color. He soon crosses paths with a very special girl, one who just might hold the key to bringing back what the world has lost. Okay, so it's a stylish noir punk thriller set in a world stripped of both color and humanity. I'm assuming she has the ability to cause there to be color. She makes color or something like that. But I'm interested. Seems like it could be pretty cool. And next up, I got volume 1 of Kamuy Can't Communicate, so I can actually like read through it. I have 15 through 18 now, but I didn't have the first 14. I do plan on collecting all of Kamuy Can't Communicate. I love the anime. It's great. Next up, I got the new volume of Kumodesu. This is a series I've read through 9 light novels for. Wait, 8 light novels for. I haven't read 9, 10, 11, 12, and then this is 13, but I probably will sometime soon, hopefully. I don't know. I really enjoyed it though. And I thought the anime was also, despite lacking in the area of animation, I thought it was pretty fun. Kumoko specifically, great character. Next up, I got the Death Note short stories. Now, I've watched all of Death Note. I should probably read it, but I'm missing a volume, but I think the volume is somewhere in these boxes I'll be unboxing. So that should be pretty cool. I want to read through all of Death Note because I heard that the anime doesn't do the manga's better than the anime. But yeah, these are some short stories, I guess, that take place within the Death Note universe. And I look forward to reading these. Should be pretty fun. Next up is another new series that I had never heard about, but just like with Colorless, I figured why not give it a try? And that's Crazy Food Truck. Gordon is a gruff, middle-aged cook running a food truck in a sand-covered wasteland when he encounters Arisa, a naked girl sleeping in the middle of nowhere. He takes on the unintended traveling companion and her unexpected appetite. Oh gosh. Too bad she also has unexpected baggage. An armed militia hot on her tail. Fasten your seatbelts for post-apocalyptic cooking and violent mayhem on this crazy food truck road trip. Seems like it would be pretty fun. The fact that it's in a wasteland and there's these fish everywhere kind of gives me a Sabiku Ibisco vibe, but it should be a pretty cool series. And finally in this box, we've got the 4th volume of Blade of the Immortal. I actually have the first 3 already. I haven't read any of them, but I've heard that Blade of the Immortal is a good series. So I figured I would buy the 4th since I already have the first 3. I'll read them at some point. I haven't been able to read manga because I don't have time. So yeah, Blade of the Immortal, Volume 4, the Omnibus. So this box has 3 volumes of manga. And those 3 volumes are, this is well packed. Those 3 volumes are volumes 1, 2, and 3 of Summertime Rendering. So yeah, the 3 paperback volumes of Summertime Rendering. Prior to this series releasing, I hadn't heard of Udon Entertainment. They're the ones that are doing this one, so it is a little different. Most of my stuff is Viz, Yen Press, 7 Seas, Dark Horse. They print Steins Gate. Oh, I gotta get on that too. But yeah, Udon Entertainment, they do Summertime Rendering. These are just released. They look like they're about the size, like 1.5 volumes, more or less. And they're about that same like signature series. Yeah, this is Sig. So they're the same height as like the signature series stuff. But I got volume 1 of Summertime Rendering, volume 2 with Hizuru right there, and volume 3. I'm gonna read through this. I've heard that it is a little different from the anime itself. It's a little bit crazier. I'll let you know how the manga is when I get to it. Next up, we've got hello? Damn, dude. What's my favorite manga? It's also like one of my favorite anime. If you guys know me well, you'll know the answer. That is correct. Golden Kamuy. I love Golden Kamuy. I have the first 24 volumes over there on my shelf. This is volume number 25. I am not currently reading volumes past where season 3 occurred because season 4 is coming in a few months. So I'm gonna watch season 4. The first 3 seasons go through about 22 to 23 volumes. Yeah, I'm excited. Should be a ton of fun. I love Golden Kamuy. One of my favorite series just ever. Next up, we've got volume number 4 of Solo Leveling. These are on a much more luscious printed page. You can see they're in color. I really like the art style for Solo Leveling. Some people say they don't. I don't understand that. It doesn't make any sense to me. How far is this? Oh, okay. This is like only a chapter 50, 70, somewhere around there. When he goes into that one gate with the demons. I really liked Solo Leveling. I read every chapter weekly from the time that season 2 of it started. So about chapter 110-ish, somewhere around there is when it started. Heavy volume. volume because it's different paper. Next up, we've got volume 2 of Record of Ragnarok. I only have the first volume, so now I have the second here. I've never actually read it. I stopped watching it because it looked like shit. I know it's supposed to be like a really great action, like fighting tournament series. And finally, my missing volume of Death Note Black Edition. This is volume 4. This contains volume 7 and 8. The black edition, beautiful. They got the black trim. It's just blacked out. Sexy, man. I'm gonna end up reading through this. Next box. I don't know if it has any volumes of manga, but I do know that it has some figures because I ordered a couple of figures as well. Might have some manga as well. I don't know. Oh yes, there is some manga. Let's go. First up, we've got volume 15 of Jujutsu Kaisen. I am about 10 chapters back in the app, so I already know what happens in volume 15, but yeah, I really like Jujutsu Kaisen. It's honestly one of the better new gen shonen. Probably one of the better shonen just in general. Lewd figures? No. I'm not a lewd figure kind of guy. Though one of them is a girl character, one of my favorite girl characters. Volume 2 of Kaiju 8. I really like Kaiju 8. I think this is the only series I'm actually like caught up on, partially because the chapters aren't like weekly. They come out every couple of weeks, so it's easier to stay caught up on it. But I just really enjoy Kaiju 8. It's been going off. I might be one chapter back on it. But yeah, one of my favorite new series in Jump. Speaking of one of my favorite new series in Jump, one of my other favorite new series in Jump, Mashal. This is volume 5 of Mashal. I've got the first 4. It's pretty crazy. I like Mashal. It's funny, it's weird. I like when they shrink the faces. It's fucking great. Also, Chainsaw Man volume number 10. Chainsaw Man's great. I don't have to go into detail about that. Chainsaw Man is great. If you haven't read it, just wait for the anime. But we're not done with manga. There's still more. So we've got volume 6 of the Mars Chronicle for Battle Angel Alita. This is something I actually gave to my sister. I bought her all of the Mars Chronicle volumes. If you look here on my shelf, you'll see I have Battle Angel Alita and Last Order. I don't have Mars Chronicle for myself. I haven't read Alita in a decade and a half, so I need to reread it. That'd be great. We got volume 2 of Hunter x Hunter, one of the volumes I'm missing. I've got a bunch of volumes of Hunter x Hunter right here. And so 2 fills in that gap there. I've got a few missing volumes. And just as we were talking about Mashal, volume 6. Volume 6 of Mashal. So now I've got 1 through 6 of Mashal. Volume 2 of Platinum End. I'm still missing a few more of them. What's crazy is I did not like the anime for this. I plan on reading it. Maybe I'll like the manga more. But I think that what I didn't like about the anime is something that the manga won't save, awkwardly enough. Now, what am I going to end up doing with all these volumes of Platinum End? I'll just leave them on the shelf. I'll probably try to read it at some point, but I think that I'll end up not wanting to finish it because of those reasons. It's the story that I'm not necessarily a huge fan of. It really follows some of those same plot points, like the style of it is similar to Death Note. That doesn't feel very creative to just go based on something you've already done. But anyways, my boy Hinata. I really like Haikyuu, so I got a Hinata figure. And that's not all. Hinata and... yeah, hello! Yui from Snafu. I love Yui. She's great. So this will be my first girl figure. I love Yui, man. She's just awesome. Me and my friend, like, we say yeah, hello to each other. It's great. And now we're moving on to the big boxes. Oh, these got a lot of manga in them. So this should be a lot of stuff to check out here. Damn, this shit is overflowing with manga. Sure as hell feels like it, at least. All right, so we've got volume 12 of the hardcovers of Vinland Saga. I've already got the first 11 on my shelf right down here. I have not read any of Vinland Saga. I watched the first season. It's one of my favorite animes, right up there with Golden Kamuy. I do plan on reading this. I'm probably gonna prioritize this because it does not have an anime. Maybe it'll get an anime if its successor does well, but I don't know if its successor will do well. We'll end up seeing. I mean, everyone thinks its successor. Fire Punch. So I got volume number 1 of Fire Punch, volume number 4, volume number 5, volume number 6. Again, I already have volume number 7, and here goes volume number 8. So we got a bunch of Fire Punch now. Now that I have volume 1, I'll probably read volume 1. Now this series I know absolutely nothing about, but I bought it because I think like it was in the editor like picks or something like that. That's Downfall. I've never heard of Downfall. Oh, you know what? You know the reason I bought this? Do you guys know who Omnibus Collector is on YouTube? I think he did a video unboxing manga, and then he talked about what this one was, and I was like, bro, that sounds really good. So I bought it. Selling copies is the only thing that matters. So what if your manga series just ended and you have no idea how to start the next one? Your marriage is breaking up, your pure love of manga has been destroyed by the cruel reality of the industry, and nothing seems to fill the sucking void inside you. Find the secret combo for a new hit manga series and everything will be okay, right? This is Downfall, Volume 1. Next up, we've got Volume 3 of Fist of the North Star. I have the first 2 of these hardcovers already. It should be a cool series once I actually read it. I haven't read them. I got a bunch of manga that I've never read, a bunch of manga that I've watched the anime for, and a bunch of manga that I have not read the volumes of, but I read it already, like Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man. Next up, we've also got Volume 4 of Fist of the North Star. So I've got the first 4 of these hardcovers. Reminds you of JoJo's? Yeah, I feel like it's in that same era where like everybody had to be like huge and jacked and shit. And so it's got that same style as like early JoJo's, you know, the first 3 arcs of JoJo's. Now you got like a much slimmer group of guys. Real sexy. Real sexy guys. And the last volumes in here are all of the same series. Shit, this might actually be all of them. I already have volume 2 of this series, but now I have, I think, the rest of it. And this series is one that I've heard, it emotionally wrecks anybody that reads it. I already have volume 2 of it. I have not read it because I only had 2. I didn't have 1. I doubt it'll ever get an anime because, again, it emotionally wrecks people and it's got some really strong topics. So that would be Oyasumi Pun Pun. Good night, Pun Pun. Now, I've got Volume 1. Again, I have 2 already on my shelf. Volume 3, Volume 4, Volume 5, Volume 6, and finally, the little volume, Volume 7. Now, again, I've heard that this one will emotionally wreck you, so that's okay, because sometimes that's all you really need, but not really. Nobody really needs that. Now we just have 1 box left, 1 big-ass box left. So, Sakamoto Days, Volume 1. I've read a few chapters of it. I think I read enough to be Volume 1. I think I read like 3 or 4 chapters. I liked it. I stopped it because I kind of had a feeling it was going to do really well, and I was like, you know what? I'll wait for the anime. And that's probably still the case. I'll probably still wait for the anime. I got Volume 5 of the Mars Chronicles for Battle Angel Alita. Again, that's something going to my sister. Next up, we've got Volumes 1 of Die Dark. This is one that I don't know if I want to read it now or wait for an anime. I really liked Dorohedoro, and I feel like this should be pretty awesome. So I might just read it and say fuck it. But I got Volume 1 of Die Dark, Volume 2 of Die Dark, and Volume 3 of Die Dark. Next up, we've got a couple of volumes of Blood on the Tracks. Now, this is Volume 1. I actually have Volumes 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and extra copies of 4, 5, and 6, because I fucked up. Anyways, now I have Volume 1, so I can actually read through Blood on the Tracks. Should be fun, and also probably terrifying. We'll see. I hear that this one's also a pretty scary thing. Not for the same reasons as, like, you know, some of the other scary ones. It's just creepy. I think is more than anything, it's just creepy. And Volume 8 of Blood on the Tracks. Talking about my favorite series, we also have Volume 26 of Golden Kamuy. So again, I had the first 24. We have 25 in this pile here, and now we're adding volume number 26. And when I was talking about Fire Punch, I didn't know that I was actually gonna get more of them, but we've got Volume 2 of Fire Punch and Volume 3 of Fire Punch. I have the first 11 volumes of this Viz Big series. Now we're adding volume number 12. Vagabond, another series I haven't read. I think I started reading it, but it's just really big. No pun intended, Viz Big. Oh, I lied. It was not intentional, but I have the first 10 volumes. In this, I actually got volumes 11 and 12 of Vagabond. And to go with that, we've also got volume 9 of JoJo's Part 4, Diamond is Unbreakable. I already have the first 8 volumes. Now I've got volume 9, so that's cool. And the last 3 volumes in the boxes are from one series, and they might be my last volumes that I needed for this series. It's volumes number 1 of Monster, 5 of Monster, and finally, volume number 6 of Monster. It's not 70 volumes. That's because I'm 4 shy. And the final volumes are something that I actually found cleaning up some of my dad's stuff. My dad passed away in 2018, but he actually watched a lot of anime and he started collecting some manga. Now, none of these are any series that I've ever even thought about collecting or trying to read. My dad really liked isekai and romance series, which is kind of like me. I like isekai and romance series. I know like most of my shit is all action shonen type of stuff, but I actually do really like isekai and romance. I don't think I have any romance series in here. Eventually I'll collect some, but isekai, you know, I've got Kumodesu. It's not manga, but that's okay. And these are the 5 volumes he had. They're in pretty bad condition, honestly. Volume 23 of Oh My Goddess. I always called it Oh My Goddess, so I think it's called Oh My Goddess Japanese, but yeah, volume 23 of Oh My Goddess. Volume 2 of this series, which I've never heard of in my life, Ai Yori Aoshi. I don't know what it is. Hopefully it's not some like weird hentai ecchi shit, because that'd be pretty cringe. I don't know what it's about. Never heard of it in my life. But volume 2 of Ai Yori Aoshi. Volume 15, same series, Ai Yori Aoshi. Volume 16, same series. And volume 17. So he started to collect these, but I guess, you know, I always grew up poor, so we didn't really have money like that. I guess he started collecting these later on. Anyways, those are the last 4 volumes that all go into it. Yeah, again, they're not in good shape, but that's okay. And that's the manga haul. 70 plus volumes of manga here. I have an addiction. I realize that. With all this manga unboxed, it's now time to put it away. I'm very satisfied looking at what we got here, and I can't wait to get more. If you enjoyed the video, then make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel with notifications on so you don't miss another one. And until next time, make sure you all keep it fresh. Peace.